I've been seeing, obviously, a lot of people always are like, oh, both sides are the same. They're both corrupt and bad. And honestly, no, they're not. I get it. There is corruption in both parties when it comes to money, influence, and backroom deals. Sure. That part's ugly across the board. I can get behind you with that. But this latest Politico story, this leak, it's way different, guys. They just dropped an article showing thousands of private messages from young Republicans across Republican club type things or whatever across the country. People who are supposed to be the future of that party, right? And their chats, they are horrifying, racist, anti-Semitic, and violent. They're literally praising Hitler, joking about gas chambers, talking about slavery, and even saying things like certain women should be raped to drive them to suicide.
All right, so there's two types of people in this world. The people whose views of the world is based off of emotions, and the people whose views of the world is based off of logic. So there's two types of people, and it all stems down to their ego. A healthy ego versus a weak ego. Weak ego means that you don't have a strong sense of self, which means you cannot take knowledge and information and process it in a healthy way, because you need the world to fit your idea of what the world should be and what you should be within the world in order to feel complete as a person. A strong ego is the opposite of that, is that you don't need the world to be a particular way to feel a strong sense of self. You have that core sense of self, whether or not you are the victor, or whether or not you are right, or whether or not your team wins. And this is why certain people are very, very sore losers, and they can't accept when they lose. They have to keep ducking and dodging. They can't take accountability because they don't have a strong sense of self. So they can't handle the fact that they aren't in reality what they think they should be in their mind. That's the best way I can explain it. A perfect example would be when you see those people do those street interviews with the MAGA people, and then they directly contradict them with facts, and they just start glitching and malfunctioning.
The tariffs are working. The tariffs are working.
If you're 50 years old and have a 401k, you've lost about $74,000 in the past 3 months. Does that feel like it's working?
No, I've lost more than that.
Because they cannot handle reality. Because reality doesn't align with what they need reality to be so that they feel a strong sense of self. You feel me? Left versus right ideology. The conservative ideology is about going backwards. Make America great again. Traditional values, traditional wife, traditional masculinity. It's all about nostalgia. Everything about their ideology is based off of emotion. Their fears, their inadequacies, their insecurities, their hatred, their jealousy, their envy. It governs how they think. And then they cherry pick facts and cherry pick stats to affirm their views. Whereas the logical people will observe the world, see what's in front of their face, and then build their views of the world off of what's there. So they'll use logic to build the foundation of what they believe in. And therefore, they are willing to change their beliefs based off of a change in information or circumstance. They're able to evolve because as people, we are meant to evolve. The conservative ideology is not just anti-black or anti-women or anti-freedom. It's anti-human. It is our nature to evolve, and their ideology never will. Conservatism shouldn't exist. There is no point they have that is valid.